who are much better equipped than them. Anyway, the BJP now went to town and said, action must be taken, but they were in the VDCs, so they had the arms. And now most people in Jammu don't want to concede this point. So therefore, social media, Facebook, blogs, networks and all of that is a very important way of getting to know how to win the fight. But we can't win it alone. We have to build an international alliance. We are in BRICS, which includes Brazil, the Republic of South Africa, India, China, and Russia. But in BRICS, we are not really working on much in terms of having a better international system or more democratic rights. In fact, Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, has kept two mothers in jail because they did a rock dance which the Russian Orthodox Church did not like. So that's what happens. You lose communism, you get the church. And what comes out? Basically, we know globalization is bad. Globalization impoverishes the people, so it attacks all our democratic rights. But we will have to find our own alternative to globalization, because our economies are not the same, our resources are not the same, and our human rights network is not the same. But when India fought for freedom, Gandhiji used to say that we have fought the strongest imperialist power in the world. Unfortunately, if I was asked to say, I would say that India is the strongest imperialist power in South Asia. So we should work to go against this. We cannot be pro-poor, anti-liberal if our foreign policy is hegemonic, militarist, and usually full of lies. After this cheerful introduction, I would like to thank all of you for calling me and tell you you'll always be welcome in JNU.
Thank you, Kamal. I'm kind of standing in for Colin, who had to go to the court, so he had to do the introduction and everything. I was asked to say something about solidarity in South Asia. So I think just keep what Kamal had just said about India. Most of it is largely true for the rest of South Asia. But what do we mean by solidarity? Can anyone tell us what do we understand by solidarity?
Sharing shared issues, integrating ourselves to counter arbitrary action.
Yeah, that is part of it. But when we talk about solidarity amongst people belonging to different states, we are basically talking about deliberate sort of decision. Okay. Deliberate decision to come together with the people like ourselves in the other countries to stand up and struggle for a common cause. For example, you must have heard about this slogan, "Workers of the World Unite." And of course, workers are divided in almost 200 countries in this world. So how do, or can they unite, or is there any need for them to unite? So I'm sure I don't need to explain that. There is clearly a need for the workers to unite within each country and then across countries, because as Kamal was telling us, there are problems which overlap boundaries and borders, and there are problems which are global in nature, and therefore the need, especially by the poor, the working people, to come together and act in solidarity where possible. So if you look at South Asia now, when we talk about South Asia, we are essentially talking about 8 countries which are members of South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. So we start with Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. If you look at these countries, there are 3 countries which constitute about 97% of South Asia. And these are India, about